So, okay, so now you say, well, I'm not in the area, I'm in Europe or in Canada or somewhere else in the US. Okay, here I got a map from the US. So here's the area of the Gulf of Mexico. So what you want to do is you place the map on a flat surface. You put your unit, let's say you have the small one, you put the unit on there, and then you take a ring, put the ring over the area, and if you have a larger ring, you can also, we just want to make sure that this is the area is most affected. So depending on the size of the map, this is the size of ring you're going to use. And then you see how I put earphones on the unit. So this is, or if you just have earbuds.
Catalina, can we go back to the whole map thing?
Okay.
So just before we go on to the earphones, I just want to make it clear to the listening audience that this is for those people who are not in the research project necessarily and are not living in the area, because if they're living in the area, they can just put it up in their home. True?
Exactly, sure. If you are living in Louisiana, or if you are living in the South Texas area, or if you are living on the west side of Florida and have one of our units,
or the coast of Mississippi, Alabama, any of the Gulf Coast region.
Wherever. You got to imagine, like, this one has a radius of about 65 miles, okay? So wherever...
And that one's called?
And this is the agricultural harmonizer, sorry. That's the agricultural harmonizer. So 65 miles radius, you cover a lot. And you can also hold the unit and tell it what you want to do. Put your intention in there. I know Slim never wanted to know about intentions, but even where he's now, he agrees that intention does make a difference, okay? So you can extend the radius of your unit by using your intention. So if you are 100 miles away from the area that needs protection, then just say, go out to where I want you to be. If it's 100 miles or 500, I don't care, okay? So you can use your intention and you'll be surprised, okay? So put your unit on the map and then take a ring to, in this case it's the larger one, to confine the area, okay? And we can also take the smaller one. It doesn't really matter, but you want to make sure this area is what you focus on, okay? And then what you want to do is you want to put the earphones on.
Okay, now, so this is even for the distance work, we're going to put earphones on.
We always put the earphones on, and we just let the frequency run through the harmonizer. Because this frequency is necessary to expand it to 55 miles radius. If you don't do that, it has this one has about 1.5 miles radius without frequency. This one has about 300 feet or 100 feet, radius without a CD, without a frequency. And it has to be this frequency. I was told if we are playing any other music, we change our own home, but it doesn't go out as far. Okay. So this is something you want to keep in mind. And, like if you don't have a CD player or it's broken, try put the harmonizer on the shiny side, okay? And that works with every harmonizer,
Just to place it right on top of the CD itself, even if it's not
plugged. And apparently this is what, I got so many people telling me that I think I better pay attention, at least communicate with you, and then you do it, and if you notice it doesn't work in your area, then just do it the old way, running it through a CD player or a boombox.
Okay.
Okay?
Very good. Now, for the people who are participating in the research project in the Gulf Coast region, whether or not you have provided the items to them or not, whether or they own them, how do they use them in their environment without the map?
If you are living in the area, then I want you to put earphones on your equipment, those of you who are part of our research project, you get this little box. So what you're going to do is place your unit on the box, and then you also get a CD in addition to that in a blue box. You want to play the CDs through the harmonizer in addition, because this special research project, we used all the powers we could get and to multiply it and have a fast response, because I think we are all clear on it that there is not much time to waste. And again, we are focusing on the solution and not on the problems, okay? So our focus, just to tell you that again, is the preservation and the restoration of the Gulf of Mexico, okay? And so this is what you are doing. You put it on the little box, oops, and in addition, you put earphones on and play the CD. You can play the CD like a couple of hours in the morning and then in the afternoon and evening, or you can play 24/7. You just see, and I think Ginger is going to give you more information on that. So this is basically what you are doing. Now, I would like to give you a few things that have happened with this unit. We started making maybe a year ago, and we sent it out to the field to some of our distributors to get some reports on what it actually does for them, you know, because usually before we get something out to our customers, we want to make sure we have an idea of what it actually does. So some of the reports people had was like plant growth was just enormously, you know, plants who sometimes didn't have a lot of blossoms. They were like over flourished, really, you know, like, oh my God. You know, some people reported that the communication between family members was much smoother than it has been. The awareness of what's going around them increased, their intuition. Then air pollution was significantly reduced. Those of you who are familiar with chemtrails, some reported that the chemtrails didn't last as long as they usually did, and they dispersed much faster. Then another one, I talked to her and said, well, I'm still waiting for your report. And so we were talking, and she said, oh, yes, and we didn't have any hurricanes. And she lives in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I think there are some nice side effects that can happen when you're playing that, right? And also what can happen, that first there is like, I would call it a homeopathic reaction. You know, it gets worse before it gets better. So what the harmonizers are doing, and not always, but every now and then people report that if there's a lot of disharmony in the area, that it brings up and shows you what you need to take care of to have the harmony. But even they had first disruption, what they were saying was after that they were at ease, they felt much happier and much fuller engaged into life than they have previously.
I also wanted to take this time to not only acknowledge Katharina's company, which I don't even know the name of your company, so go ahead and say it. That is the name of it, IXEL. I know your name, I know Slim's name, and I'm reading Slim's books right now, but and watching the DVDs. But I just wanted to take this time to say that they have donated already almost about $40,000 to this project, and it wasn't because they didn't know what to do with their $40,000. It is because of the devotion to the planet. Having said that, it would be quite generous of any of you all in the listening audience if you felt that you could donate $5, $50, $500, $5,000, any amount to this project. They would gratefully accept it to continue to be able to get this technology out to the world. And so again, you would go to their website, ix-el.com, and make your donation. They will accept any amount. Thank you.